I'm so happy to be back again with the Commissioner's Corner. And I want you to think for just a minute about how is your day going so far today? Just take a moment, think through, how was it when you woke up? How was your night? Did you sleep well? Do you have plans for the day? Just how is your day going so far? Now I'm going to tell you a little story. It's about two young boys, teenagers, who both tried out for the basketball team in high school. Neither one of them made the team. Each of them had completely different reactions to that and mindsets of how they viewed that experience. The first young man said, well, there were a lot of really good players that tried out. The coach gave me some really good feedback. And if I work hard, I think I'll try out again because I think I know where I can improve and how things can go differently next time. The other young man said, I wasn't any good. The coach didn't like me. I think I'm not an athlete and I don't think I'm going to try out again. So the difference between those two boys was simply their mindset. And so I want to spend just a minute today talking about optimism. Let me start by telling you what optimism is not. Optimism is not saying my life is perfect. I don't have any problems. Everything, I like everybody likes me. It's not a rosy picture because life is not like that for people. But what optimism is a way of looking at your life experiences through opportunities. Faith and hope are really big ones to help you succeed because you have a plan to change and you have a plan that is not always going to be perfect. But with optimism, you can pick yourself back up again and try again. So you probably know the story of Helen Keller. Helen Keller, at 19 months old, had an illness that left her deaf and blind. And by the time she was 6 years old, she was just absolutely out of control. She was a wild child, and her parents really didn't know how to manage her. Now, of course, looking back, we know that was frustration for her because she didn't have any way of communicating. We know that Anne Sullivan came into her life and taught her how to communicate with people by using finger movement in her hand or having her put her hand on someone's vocal cords. And she learned to understand what people were saying, and she also eventually learned how to speak. Anybody with that kind of life would say that they had a lot of frustrations, a lot of handicaps in their life, and that could build a lot of animosity inside yourself. But here's some of the things that Helen Keller had to say. To keep on trying in spite of disappointment and failure is the only way to keep young and brave. Failures become victories if they make us wise-hearted. And another one that I really like is this one. Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope. And so my message today is to teach yourself that some of those optimistic ways of looking at problems, of approaching obstacles in your life, because that optimism can make a big difference in the outcomes, not only for you, but for other people around you as well.